Why so serious?
Hello guys, it's White Crow here, and today we're going to go a little deeper on what we know as counter-jungling. The main idea of counter-jungling is to invade the enemy jungler, to be in his jungle, to deny him and to demotivate him, destroy his motivation and destroy the motivation of his own team. You could say that it's a super strong technique, especially if you want to use it on solo queue. However, we could say that there are three, easily speaking, there are three kinds of counter-jungling, or three ways of counter-jungling. In few terms, we can say that counter-jungling relies in three major pillars, three ways of counter-jungling. While it would be nice to do all the three ways of counter-jungling or every single game you play, sometimes you must adapt to the champion you are using, and you must adapt to the people you are facing. Some champions are better in one pillar or another, so be sure that you play accordingly to your strengths. The first way of counter-jungling is probably my favorite, killing enemy jungler on his own jungle. While you are using dwelling champions that are stronger in the game, such as Lee Sin, Shaco, Udyr or Rek'Sai, this pillar will be your main source of counter-jungling. As I said a few seconds ago, solo queue players rely on quiet games, especially early game, so they can control it to advance quietly to victory without many troubles. Having one of their teammates dying over and over on his own territory will lead them into fury and despair. This is a nice strategy if you're facing champions that rely on late game, such as for example Master Yi trying to stack at the border, or a Diana trying to reach level 6 as soon as possible to start ganking. This is also a very good choice if you are facing someone that is not used to jungle. While killing is nice, the crucial point here is to understand that killing by itself isn't enough. If you want to succeed by relying on this pillar, you have to use that kills and the fact that enemy jungler is dead to clear enemy jungler's camps and buffs, so setting him behind the level, kills and farm. One of the things I like the most of this strategy is that apart of putting enemy jungler super behind and demotivated, it strengthens you and your ganks, so you can slow ball, out of control, and also demotivate your enemy jungler's partners, who will make range on him and make them focus more on the chat than on the game. You will know that you have made the counter jungling properly when your enemy jungler rage quit. The second pillar of counter jungling is the camp control. Some champions are just too strong at clearing camps to avoid using this. Champions like Shyvana, Nunu or Udyr are super fast clearers that can completely destroy an enemy jungler and outlevel him so much, by stealing all his camps at lightning speed so they can react at all. You won't get many kills early game with this pillar, but I can assure that it has a huge impact on the game. Stealing enemy camps means that you will have more gold than the enemy jungler, and here's the crucial point, you will outlevel him so much. If he tries to gank to balance his support farm and you are there, he's in problems. If he tries to do Drake when you have a stronger smite because of your level, he's in problems. If he tries to duel you when you are invading him after a few minutes and you are far over leveled, he is in problems. This pillar is super strong in some champions that don't gank especially well, since even without all these ganks, they can drive the whole map control of the match, by invading camps, and it also gives you the time and extra gold toward enemy jungle, so you can prevent and counter gank the poor guy that sits on the other side of the map. In early game, be sure to stay away of the enemy jungler if he is a dweller like Shaco or Lee Sin. Focus on going enemy bot lane jungler when he goes top. Smiting enemy wolves is a nice way to control the enemy jungler, since it's like a moving ward while you control jungle. Also, remember that it's important that you use that advantage you got to clear drakes and secure objectives. The third pillar is by far the most important one of the three. No matter how your counter jungling style is, this pillar should always be as much overused as possible. In fact, the other pillars, the well they succeed, highly depend on this one, warding. Warding enemy jungler is an art. Knowing where to put your little wards or trinkets will give you a huge control of the game and will make you some objectives that seem risky a real piece of cake. To sum up, we could say that you must ward accordingly to your advantage. The more ahead you are, the deeper you should ward. Having wards covering your enemy jungle will give you enough quiet to solo Drake really soon, and will let you steal camps bottom if you spot enemy jungler top, or just kill him if you are a dweller. Having wards covering you will let you counter jungling even if you're low on HP and mana. Also, it's more likely that your lanes won't say the misses of their lanes, so warding will cover you in case that one of these lanes come. If you really want to counter jungle a lot and very hard, you may consider taking a Psych Stone early game or upgrading your trinket soon. Here you have an overall summary of where you should ward according to the game. At the beginning of the game, you should focus more on the center of the map or the river, so you can control the ganks and all the zoning that the enemy jungler may do. As the game advances, you should also advance this warding line, while you should always keep the ping wards on Baron and on Drake. As an overall summary, if you keep the pressure with all these 3 pillars of counter jungling and you adapt them to your match you're facing and the champion you're using and how your game is going, you will find yourself having much more fun while playing, much more control of the game, and overall having a more succeed on solo queue. Remember that this is a lot of information. You may frustrate at the beginning, but as you practice you will find more comfortable at the enemy jungle, not fearing it that much, and you will end controlling all the map by yourself, causing the frustration of enemy players and the love of your own teammates. Well, that's all for today. Thank you for watching, guys. I am White Crow and you are so fucking sexy.